Welcome to the channel. Annie Collins here for Segura Crafts. Today we're going to create a Father's Day card. Let's go over the products I use. From Segura Crafts, we're going to use the stamp set called Father's Love. This has one big bold sentiment that says Happy Father's Day, several other sentiments, but we're going to be using You've Taught Me to Grow with Love, Kindness, and Strength. It has four images. It has the dad with the little girl, which we'll be using today, a dad swinging a child, and two dads holding infants. They have a variety of hairstyles, so you can change them up. So we'll be using this one right here. It's super cute. I went ahead and stamped and colored and cut our image, so it's already set to go, as well as our sentiment. We're just putting everything together here today. Here's our little image of the dad holding her little girl. She's wearing a skirt, super cute. I colored these with my Olo markers. I'll have them all listed for you below, so that if you have them, you can pull them out and create your own. We have for our focal point to land on this die cut panel of cream-ish cardstock, this pattern red and cream pattern paper, some layering cardstock in black, and our card base. I'm going to grab all the elements we need, move the tray out of the way so we can create our card. And I'm also going to bring in from my stash some red gems. All right, so let's get started. We're going to bring in some Burley Art glue to adhere the black cardstock to our card base. This will be a landscape card. This cardstock is 80 pounds black cardstock. We're going to make sure our card is the right way so we can adhere this down. Get this all even. And then the pattern paper is actually old from my stash. It's from Pebbles. They used to have a little book they used to pull out, and you can make cards with these. So this is actually part of a card. It's the same pattern on both sides, and then, you know, it was a quick and go thing. But I always cut it down and use it as pattern paper. So I got this a long time ago, but I still have it, and it went perfectly for this, so I decided to use it. So I'm going to have this, and it has like that little border all the way around, like 1/8 of an inch all the way around, as soon as I get this centered. The good thing about liquid glue is it gives you that space, you know, and time to get it all done. All right, so that's now set. Now I brought in some cream cardstock, which I said I've cut down using a deckled edge die, or it looks like torn paper, really. You don't have to do that if you don't have that kind of a die or anything like that. Just trim it down and create a nice little, it's about 3 by 4 inches. And I put that in the center. Glue that down. Now we're going to bring in our dad and little girl, and I'm going to adhere them directly down. Usually I like to pop up my images, but today I'm just going to place them straight down onto the card, and I'll pop up our sentiment. So just a little liquid glue here, and I'll center them on that little panel that we created. I'm going to grab my tweezers so my hands are out of the way, and that way I can press the dad's feet down. And with the paper, no, with the cardstock paper being trimmed with that decal, it fits perfectly, so it looks like she's not floating along, or he's just, you know, guiding her and she's floating. All right, I'm removing the backing for behind our sentiment here. I have some foam strips behind it. Getting all those off, and I'm going to place that right above their heads here. Grab that. Get that centered on here. Once that's done, you can call your card done if you don't like to add any extra anything, but I like to add some extra, so I'm going to bring in those red gems here, those self-adhesive gems, and I will create a little triangle, 2 near the sentiment and 1 down by our little father and daughter duo here. And that creates a nice triangle for your eye to move across the card front. So our card is now finished, and it's perfect to hand over to any loving dad. I love the sentiment here because It's, it goes on again. It says, "You've taught me to grow with love, kindness, and strength." And I think all men should teach their sons and daughters to be kind, loving, and strong. All right, so I'm deciding if I want to add more, and then I come to the conclusion that I do not. So now my card is finished. It's ready to go. I just need a little envelope and we'll go. So I love these little images. They're perfect, easy, quick to color. Again, this is from Segura Crafts, and this is the stamp set called Father's Love. You get these 4 great sentiments, very encouraging, and then you have the bold Father's Day and the 4 different images to color and decorate your card with. I would like to thank you for being here. I hope you found some inspiration. Everything will be linked in the description box below. Here's another look at our card.